Holy shit. I just had the most incredible meditation. It was a Joe Dispenza meditation, changing boxes that a friend of mine gave me. And everything has changed in just this 1 hour. And I'm just kind of blown away. I don't really do these Facebook Lives very often. I may need to do them more because I got this shitload of a download that I need to be in front of people. So here it is. So I have a company with my partner called Money and Desire, and she is incredible at believing in magic and knowing that things just come to her with ease. Like, she's grown up with money. She hasn't really had grown up in scarcity throughout her life, and she just believes everything's going to happen. And so I'm like thinking, okay, I'm cool. Like I manifested a lot of things. I do Abraham Hicks law of attraction, put lots of shit in my vortex. Some of it's come out, some of it hasn't. She's one of them. I had this vision of her coming into my life, and she showed up, and it just kind of blew my mind away. I'm living in this beautiful house. It's on the water in the inner harbor of Victoria, BC. And we were walking by it one day, and I said, I want to live there. And she went online, and it was for rent, and we rented it. It's this gorgeous place. And I've had all kinds of other really amazing things happen, but I still have this like tension around it being too good, right? And too much. And it's weird. Like, we went to this talk that my stepdaughter put on, who actually made this shirt, No Mud, No Lotus, which is kind of interesting because if you think about the no mud is the struggle and the lotus is the flower and the gift. I function from that thing that I have to work hard to get something. And even when I get something, I don't know if I deserve it. And there's this really subconscious program that's running a lot of things for me. And what I've realized is, so I went to this talk, and it was a potluck. So everyone's kind of fixing their thing. And there's these two people that were sitting in these chairs, the most comfortable chairs in the place. And we arrived, and they got up, and they were much older than us, to give us the chairs. And I ended up getting in this like real nice armchair. It was really, really comfortable. And I was eating my food, but in my head, it's like, okay, I have to give it back. I have to give it back. I can't sit in this really comfortable chair. There's other people in this room. And my partner was like, if you get up, I'm going to sit in that chair. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. Like, I keep giving up the ease and the comfort and the luxury for someone that I think deserves it more or needs it more, rather than, why can't I sit in this chair? Like, everyone was able-bodied. There was no person that was not wanting to sit on the floor or not in a comfortable chair, but I felt like I needed to get, and then this older woman showed up, and I'm just about to get out of it. And she grabs my hand. She goes, don't you dare. And I was just like, oh my God, it's so in me not to have more. Right. And I'm noticing it more and more. And I'm able to receive, and then I move on, and then I somehow cancel it out in some way. So I was having this conversation with one of my best friends, and she does the same thing. You know, she has a beautiful home. She's a great partner. She travels all over the place. She has like what you'd say a dream life. She doesn't really she wants to be creating money, but she doesn't have to. And she says when she starts a project and it's about to explode and become very lucrative, something happens and it's sabotaged, and it happens over and over and over again in her life. And she's like, what is this thing? Like, I hit this ceiling and then it doesn't happen. And she was telling this story about her brother, who's very wealthy. He owns a hockey team. He lives in a mansion, and he ended up just wanting to buy this piece of land that had this retreat center on it. And for years, it just sat empty. And then all of a sudden, the government of the province they live in approached him and said, can we use this for addictions and a support system for the people in the community? And he's like, yeah, sure. And he has this everything happens easily for him. And so he they said, give him a bid of how much it would cost to rent it. And so he picked the most expensive because he said, if I say that, then I can negotiate down. And they accepted that offer right at the top. And it was just like, he was like, yay, and celebrating. And I'm like, God, I don't have that pathway of doing something and then having and winning in my being. And she was saying the same thing. And she's like, what is the quality of winning? Like, and for me, when I think I win, someone loses. So it's kind of built into my matrix. And I really wanted to bust out of it and just change it. So when I was doing this meditation, it's called Changing Boxes by Joe Dispenza. And it's a standing and walking and then lying down meditation. And the first part of it is you're standing and you're creating a box or like a reality that is different than your present 3D reality. So the struggles that I have of like not believing it's possible, or it doesn't happen to me, or there's a struggle, or like there's just this real like, oh, like I could feel it, like it's got this thickness to it. And then this reality where everything happens easily. And my partner always used to say, like from the first day we met, she'd say, I believe that my picture is on God's fridge. And I was just like, oh my God, what a great thing. Her picture is on God's fridge. So I was like, okay, I want that. I want my picture on God's fridge. So I was thinking about that. And I was thinking of like, okay, I bought a lottery ticket and like, boom, I won the lottery. And then I had this like real feeling of walking through the world, and the book that I'm just finishing, it's just going to go crazy and everyone's going to read it. Someone's going to want to make a movie out of it. And it's just this momentum that's coming, and I'm open to receiving it. And so I'm stepping into this place of what does it feel like to have all that abundance come on to me and I don't resist it. So it was like I'm embodying, and then there would be this little thing going, and I'm like, nope, 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 stay bigger, 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 expand. And I'm really practicing this in my being as I'm walking through this meditation. And then they make you stop and you close your eyes and you just juice it up, you milk it up, and you milk it even more. And it just got bigger and bigger. And I'm just like crying from joy, like, what does it feel like in my body to receive that much? And then bringing it even more like into my relationship, where I'm receiving like this joy and this happiness. And it's so funny because we have this thing on our calendar where it's called a zero negativity calendar. So if we have a day where there's no negativity, it gets a happy face. And we've got 3 happy faces and 1 sad face. And Jennifer puts the happy face on the morning before the actual day is done. That's how much she believes we can have zero negativity. And so I'm super excited. She's put liberation night, soul night, tonight's date night. Okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome. And this momentum of paying attention to those moments where you are receiving and you're opening and you're feeling inspired. One of the other asks that Jen and I have been talking about is to create more of a community of people that are more in alignment with us and have that frequency that feels alive. And so I met this woman. She runs this co-working space called Quench Club, and it is the most incredible space. And in the description, I've put the links to Quench Club and my stepdaughter's Etsy store, No Mud, No Lotus. Well, it's not just that. She does a lot of inspiration stuff to sell these t-shirts. She makes them. And then the Joe Dispenza stuff. So if you're interested, go check that out. I also think that a lot of us stop the momentum unconsciously without knowing why we're doing it. So there's this frequency that we have to embody, and it's a practice. It's like lifting weights. And I think sometimes when we're down or negative or lazy and like mopey, that takes a lot of energy to perpetuate that momentum. So why not just put it in a different direction? So I was just doing this live. I was going to do it in our Money and Desire channel, but we're so new that people don't know about us, and you have to wait 24 hours to get the live on. So if you want to hear more of us, just subscribe to my channel here. And I would love to kind of share more of the momentum that we're creating. Money and desire is our brand, and money is kind of a complicated energy in this world. And I want to change the consciousness of money so that it's a way for us to create love and connection with people. So when you throw desire into the equation, which is kind of like the two taboos, money and sex, they're the biggest tattoos, taboos out there. And we just want to pull the veil over beyond them and really and show up with money as a way and a source for us to create possibility and connection with each other. And desire is really about innovation. It's about change. It's about expansion. It's about possibility. And the more that we imbue and experience those things, the more it's easier for other people to as well. So I have had top three things on my desire list for the last 5 years. One was Jennifer. She showed up. She's still there because it's really about nurturing that relationship so that it's a source for expansion, nurturing. And as you can see on the calendar, like we have been doing our own inner work together to create a really powerful, strong foundation in our relationship. And we're fiery as fuck. So we just like blow up often, and it's ucky, it's awful, it's not fun, and we would like to change that. So we're putting all of our attention and creating more positivity, more connection. And when we're triggered, why are you triggered? So we're unpacking all of that, and I'd love to do a live on some of the work that we've been doing with Imago, which is a form of couples therapy. It's based on the book Getting the Love You Want, and it's really powerful. It talks about the quantum in our relationship, and I highly, highly recommend it. And so Jennifer was the top. I got her. The next was my book, my novel, which is going to be with the publisher in the next month. And hopefully by Christmas, it's going to be out there in the world. I'm very excited about that. So that's coming to fruition. However, I'm still keeping it in my top three because I want it to have a reach. I want it to be transforming the masses and impacting people in a powerful way. And then the third thing is our business. You know, we have a 12-month program to help people with that financial mindset, money mindset, some of the trauma that's going on in our bodies with money, and then really working with creating a sound financial literacy plan to work with your money and then grow your wealth. Like, who does not want wealth? So we need more money in the hands of people that are creating change in the world. So that's what Rewire is about. And we want that to be all over the world. We want more and more people to stand in that sense of confidence and peace and joy with money. So I'm on fire. I was crying in bed this morning after I laid down on the last portion of the Joe Dispenza with tears of joy. And I was just remembering, I don't do that very often anymore. I used to cry from love and gratitude before. And I was just like, where is that? It's like I'm like dead inside. And I need to juice that up. I need that to be the flavor that I create everything, even these lives. So if you want to come play, say like, watch, make a comment. I would love to hear from you, and subscribe. I'm going to be on the Money and Desire channel more. It's just that it's not active and live yet. But I adore you guys. I think it's pretty amazing. And check out in the order some t-shirts. She's got another one that's called Heavily Meditated. It's really, really good. She's got like angel numbers. She's got a lot of like Buddhist sayings and inspirational sayings that are really, really powerful. And then if you're in Victoria, check out Quench Club, because they Oh my gosh, if you wanna create community, it's like a built-in community, and it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous place to hang out and to work. And Joe Dispenza, my fave, just go on his website. Look, there's lots of free stuff you can get online in Spotify and YouTube and stuff like that that are meditations and stuff like that. And it's really about changing your physical body and your cells and becoming supernatural, really, knowing that everything is possible. Okay. If you have any questions, just reach out. Ciao for now.